We would like to introduce you to our final guest of the evening. Casey Ford is an inspirational 18-year-old person who has grown up struggling with their gender and sexuality. They started attending the Magic City Acceptance Center, a center that the Elton John AIDS Foundation helped to establish with Birmingham AIDS Outreach. It opened in Birmingham, Alabama, when Casey was 11 years old, and have since found a community that supports them right up into the present day. And they are here to tell us all about it. Hi, Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
So great to meet you.
Great to meet y'all. Thank you for having me here.
I think when Elton and I were learning about your story, I think one of the things that moved us so much was the support that you received from your family. And your mother's actually relocated so that you can be closer to the community where you really feel most at home and most accepted. Tell us a bit about that.
My parents, they struggled a little at first, but it wasn't because they didn't want to support me. It was because they wanted to make sure I wouldn't regret anything long term. And they went to a bunch of different doctors and everything. And but nothing sounded quite right because I had some doctors that told them to not let me act like a boy or anything. And so when they found the center, I think the biggest thing the center gave to me was they taught my parents how to respect me and how to just let me live and to trust that I won't regret anything.
And what advice would you want to give to someone that found themselves in the same situation that you did before you went to the center?
Well, in regards to parents and everything, I think it's just to give parents time and to make it an open conversation, because most parents really do just want to support their kids. And I know it's scary to be out of the normal, and that when I was younger, I wanted everything to happen right then. I wanted to get on testosterone right then. I wanted everything right then. But but you have to give the parents a minute to understand and to trust your decisions.
To me, when people say, who are your heroes? Well, I would say you are a hero, Casey Ford, because you're so brave. It's not easy to do this. And to have that courage to be as honest as you possibly can and to seek the answer and to try and be at peace with yourself is the most wonderful thing you can possibly do ever in this world. And so I am so proud of you.
And thank you for that. I think one thing that's a common misconception is that being queer is tragic. Everything about our lives has to be tragic. But one thing that being able to come to the center taught me is that it's completely normal to be queer and be happy. That is the normal. That's how it should be. And that's why I really like Pride Month, because I feel it's more celebratory and more, hey, we're here and we're happy, instead of in media, our lives constantly revolving around tragedy.
I think that's a great message to leave people with, because that's really what Pride needs to be all about. We need to live our lives positively and happily and openly and accept who we are and accept everyone else for who they are. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. Both Elton and I are so inspired by your courage and inspired by your honesty, and so happy that the Elton John AIDS Foundation was able to play a part in your journey to learning to love and accept yourself in all of its beautiful and magnificence. And
we've had a great program today, but you've earned, as David said, you've ended it on the best note possible.
Thank you so much.
We send you a tsunami of love from us, okay?
Thank you so much, Casey. Be well.
Bye.
Lots of love.